everyone, KuyaKalbo here, and today I'm going to bring you the 5 things that make me happy living here in the Philippines. Number 1, nature. I love that there is greenery almost everywhere you look. The humidity is incredibly high here, which is terrible, but at the same time, there's nature everywhere you go. It's in the freaking airport, right outside the airport. It's in the malls, MOA, Mall of Asia. It's everywhere you go. There's banana trees, there's coconut trees, papaya trees. I love stuff like that. The whole time I was in UAE, I was just looking outside and seeing desert, desert, desert. When I came here to the Philippines, every trip we take, I'm not looking at vehicles, I'm not looking at buildings, I'm not looking at the stores, I'm looking at nature, especially the bus trips. I'm taking a trip and the whole time I'm gone, between the hustle and bustle of urban life, there's greenery everywhere. I love seeing stuff like that. It really has solidified the Philippines as my number 1 place to spend the rest of my life, because you guys have so much vegetation everywhere. Even with so much urbanization, all the vehicles everywhere spewing all that smoke, you still smell the sweet scents of bananas, buko, papaya, all these things. When it rains, oh my gosh, it smells so lovely. It's amazing here. It's better here in the Philippines, folks, and this is one of the reasons why for me. Reason number 2, the people. If you can live in the richest nation on this planet. If the people are bad, you're not going to have a good time there. Here in the Philippines, I have been welcomed very well by the local population. It could be that my demeanor is working out well for me. I've got a good vibe, and the people here respond to that. You can't come here and expect to be treated like a king just because you're a foreigner. Everybody here is their own king. They could have their own businesses here. Everyone is the king of their own castle here. The people here are absolutely amazing. I'm going to tell you something. When I first came here, I knew absolutely nobody, even in our barangay. Okay? When I would go out for walks, I was always worried about, oh my, all the stories you hear, right? But they're really not so. I would even go out late at night to go get beer. You know how nice the people are here? They realized that I barely came here, so the store that I would go to offered to deliver my beer for me, free of charge. There was once they came even in the middle of the night. I bought one, and after a while I said, oh, I want another one, and it was already 10 at night. They still brought it over. I have gone through alleyways. People who have never met me in their life will say, hey Kuya, watch out, over here there's construction, or over here watch your head, or hey, there's a dog that's been roaming around here that's trying to bite people, please be careful. I mean, where else are you going to get that kind of thing? You know, they're very accommodating here. I don't speak Tagalog, konti lang Tagalog, and they speak English for me. Even though the nosebleed, they still speak English for me. It's amazing. They are very welcoming here in this country. I am very blessed to be here. Reason number 3, the food. This is my favorite subject, everyone. Kare-kare and Bicol Express are at the very top of my list of favorite foods to eat here in the Philippines. And I cannot choose between them. They would have to fight to the death for me to choose between them, talaga. Bicol Express, I love it if it's the traditional way from Bicol. Like 60% green chilies. As in, I love it. Mas anghang, it's better for me. Kare-kare. I made a mistake and I didn't eat it with a little bit of bagoong when I first came here. You know, really people, if you're a foreigner watching this who's maybe thinking about coming to the Philippines, if you see the locals eating their food a certain way, you really need to follow what they're doing. If you see them putting food, calamansi on things, if you see them putting maybe suka, I don't like suka, vinegar, but maybe it's good to do it like with crispy pata. I tried suka, toyo, calamansi. It was mind-blowing an experience, but before that I did not like crispy pata because I was not eating it the proper way. There's so many different foods here. The variety is just astounding. And a lot of it is fried. I'm going to give you that a heads up now. My favorite snack food is kwek-kwek. It is fried quail eggs with a sweet or spicy sauce on it, and then you can put chili oil on it. It is mind-blowingly good, everyone. There are so many different things to try here. Everywhere you go, you're going to smell like you're in a carnival in the United States. There is food everywhere. As soon as it hits maybe 5 p.m., 6 p.m., everybody opens up their little grills and stuff like that. Or throughout the whole day, there's carinderias everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a carinderia. If you see a gate somewhere, a big open area with tables, it's probably a carinderia, and you're gonna find some amazing food more often than not. Like, if right across the street from me, there's one we always frequent, and they have a really good Bicol Express. Right next to it is a small vendor that sells lumpia. Not lumpiang Shanghai, just vegetable lumpia, my favorite thing to eat. I will eat it with toyo and sliced chilies, and I would dip it in there and eat the green chilies. Fantastic! Everything goes good here with coconut milk. I mean, Bicol Express is coconut milk based, of course, but you know they make curry here too? I did not expect there to be curry here in the Philippines. It's a yellow curry, but you can get that at almost any carinderia, and it is fantastic, everybody. There's sweets, ice candy. Most places have ice candy. If you ask for ice candy, it's condensed milk with some kind of flavoring, usually chocolate or strawberry, or of course vanilla. So if you're just looking for something to satisfy your sweet tooth with a real punch, just ice candy, everybody, people. Oh, there's too many things to list for food. I could go on and on about this. I am very passionate about it. Sisig! Sisig! I love sisig. It comes out on a sizzling plate. What I don't like is when they crack an egg on it and then they expect it to cook on the plate, because sometimes my egg doesn't cook right if the sizzling plate isn't hot enough, and I hate runny eggs. But just the sisig, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I gotta stop about food. Let's go on to the next one. Number 4, transportation here is above and beyond. Right outside my door, I can sit outside for a few minutes and a jeepney will come by. I can pay 7 pesos and go from where I live now to Waltermart. And on the way there, I have the option of getting off on Aguinaldo Highway, and I can get a van that will take me all the way to Pitex or other areas in Manila. Or I can go to certain areas where the buses stop, and I can get an air-conditioned bus all the way here from Dasmariñas to Manila that will take me to Pitex, sometimes different areas, but more often than not, they go to Pitex. And it costs like 60 pesos, something like that. It's $1, people. It's not bad at all. They even have movies on the buses. My first experience with Kimidora was on a bus. If you don't know who Kimidora is, you need to look up this woman. Funniest stuff I've ever seen, next to Private Benjamin. The people even on there, this was before COVID, but even now during COVID, they're very accommodating. I actually make a lot of friends on the buses. You know, I just start chit-chatting with whoever looks open to it. And people, oh, you're not gonna believe this. On your bus trip, there are vendors who come to you selling boiled quail eggs, boiled peanuts, casoy, cashews, or chips, soda, candy. You're just sitting there on your trip, and at certain intervals, somebody will come on and be selling you something to snack on if you're so inclined. I mean, my goodness, when you're there, you're in MOA. Let's say you're in Mall of Asia, okay? You want to come home already. You're tired, you had a long day shopping. Right outside of Mall of Asia are the vans, the hub for the vans, or you can go across a ways and get a jeepney that'll take you wherever you need to go, maybe to Pitex, so you can get home. We always take the van. It's very affordable. It's usually very comfortable. It's air conditioned. They pack you in a little bit, but it is not an unpleasant ride. The transportation here in the Philippines is above anything I have seen. It's always an inconvenience in the other countries I've been in if you don't have a car. Talaga, I do not have a vehicle here, and I do not have any trouble going anywhere I need to go at a moment's notice. Transportation here in the Philippines, A+. Number 5, there are 7,641 islands. Can you imagine if you had the means and the time necessary to visit each one individually? Every island would have its own story to tell. I mean, there are so many reasons to love it. These are all the reasons I love it here in the Philippines. In my little barangay alone, I could go out every single day in my little section and eat at a different carinderia and never eat at the same one twice for over a month. There are so many different things to see even in your little neck of the woods. Right where I'm at, I can walk over here to Santa Maria, and there's a little rural area over there where I can see trees and everything amidst all the hustle and bustle of city life. There's a little forest out there. There's Carabao out there. It's so amazing to see these things. This fifth one is really special to me because when I came here, I came from the United States and Oregon. We are very green. From there, I went directly to Dubai, and I was kind of depressed over there because it's all sand. You know what the days are going to be. What's tomorrow going to be? Hot. What's the day after that going to be? Hot. Hot and clear skies over here in the Philippines. From 1 minute to the next, you have no clouds, suddenly boom, panis, rain. And the smells that are coming from all the foliage here are truly intoxicating for me. I really love my experiences here in your country. I cannot say enough. Everything I want to say would not fit in a few hours long video on YouTube. There's too much. There's really too much. Conclusion, I would like to ask you all this. Is there anything you would like to see Kuya Kalbo post? Is there some place you'd like to see me go? I have been to Boracay, and it is absolutely beautiful. And ever since Duterte came into power, and unfortunately he's now leaving, I've heard it got even cleaner. It's even more beautiful. That I've already visited there. So tell me something else. If it wasn't for pandemic, I would be traveling all over your beautiful country right now if I had the means. God willing soon, everybody. God willing soon. If you have any ideas for me, please feel free to post them down in the comments. If you know about my area in particular, Dasmariñas, Cavite, let me know. Kuya, there's a Pares place over here you might like. Or Kuya, there's a famous eatery here. Kuya, there's this famous little landmark to see right in your area, and I will visit them. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all again. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you.